Indie horror games are some of the scariest games out there. I personally love the PlayStation 1 styled horror games, and After Midnight 2 is exactly that. You play as Mary, who has been hired to look after Drake for the night as his parents are headed to a party. The parents, Judith and Scott, look like they're straight out of a 1996 video game, but Mary's got that PS2 Kingdom Hearts look. They mention to Mary that they left a paper with tasks for her to do, and not to worry, they will overpay her. So I'm watching your kid and your house on Halloween, and you also want me to do your around the house work. I want the money up front. The mother reminds Mary that it is Halloween and she set candy out for her to give to the trick-or-treaters, and off they go. After taking control, you see Drake is playing on his Goni station. I like it. As you explore the house, you see that there is access to the upstairs area. Really, nothing is off limits here. You can even go outside to the front yard and to the sidewalk. Head over to the kitchen table and you'll find the task list. They want you to wash the dishes, sweep the back porch, and take out the garbage and give candy to the kids. Unbelievable. After a few minutes of doing the task, we have our first trick-or-treater. After the kid leaves, you shut the door to find Drake is now missing. He eventually pops out and scares you. But what I found more scary than the jump scare that he gives you was Drake looks like a grown freaking man. He looks 35 and is wearing a onesie. Mary isn't thrilled with his joke and sends him to bed. Mary continues to do tasks and greet the trick-or-treaters, but then you hear a motorcycle pulling up. It's the boyfriend, Steve. This guy looks like a tool, and we're falling right in line with how the classic horror movies play out. You know darn well he's victim number one. He wants to have fun, but she tells him that he's gotta behave. And the exact opposite starts to happen. Mary has straddled Steve on the couch and they are at first base sucking face. And you know how the killers feel about people getting down and nasty. We see our apparent killer standing outside watching from the window. The screen fades to black and it's now raining and storming outside. Mary must have fallen asleep on the couch and quickly realizes as she awakens that Steve is gone. What did I tell you? The trick-or-treaters continue to come for candy even in the storm. And hey, costume of the night? Little Michael Myers. Little dude even has the walk down. Your search for Steve is unsuccessful. Another ring at the door, but this time it's not a trick-or-treater. It's our killer, Mr. Pumpkin Man. He's covered in blood and wants to play a game. He says there's only you and the boy in the house and the phone line is cut. If you leave the house, I'll kill you. He tells her if she wants to survive, she must kill the boy Drake. When the church bell rings, it'll be midnight, and if Drake is still alive, he's coming back and he's gonna kill them both. This just got super intense. So let's take a step back and put all of this together. This is now feeling like a slasher movie similar to Halloween, but with a twist. You can't kill off Drake because when his parents find him, they're coming for Mary. Her life will be ruined. Oh, and he's a kid. I mean, we can't forget that. So until the church bell rings, I'd be preparing to fight this guy. I'm barricading doors, I'm finding weapons, it's on. At this point in the game, I'm terrified. Drake overheard everything and is following me around, and I just know that church bell is going to ring any time now. I love the atmosphere. I was legit creeped out, and it doesn't help that I'm very mediocre with a mouse and keyboard. The church bell sounds, and the lights go out. Remember Steve, the biker boyfriend who was supposed to behave? We finally have confirmation. He's dead. You have multiple endings. Never hide Drake in the garage. You will both end up dead. If you choose this path, take Mary upstairs and hide under the bed. After moments of suspense, the Pumpkin Man checks under the bed and the game ends with her screams. Text lets you know Mary's body was found under the bed and Drake was found in the garage, split in half. Now, if you hide Drake upstairs, he lets you know that his dad has a gun hidden in the wardrobe. I feel this is something Drake could have told us 10 minutes ago, but that's good to know. Grab the gun. The killer doesn't waste any time and he's already upstairs. As you shoot him, he will run off. He'll continue to jump scare you, but every time you shoot him, he's running. Eventually, he falls and bleeds out. This is the best ending. It does let you know, classic Halloween, there was no body found. So there's that thought that he is still out there somewhere. For the most messed up ending, you can do as just the killer asked you to. You can find a knife and kill the kid Drake. The police arrive to arrest Mary as the Pumpkin Man watches from the distance and walks off. For an indie horror game that maybe lasts around 20 to 25 minutes, it's a nice short fright, and it's cheap. It nails the jump scares and the intensity of waiting for the killer to show up after that church bell sounds. It serves its purpose of being a horror game. 616 Games created a throwback babysitter horror experience, and they've done it well.